What's up everybody, 49's Fine, back at you today again with another video. And today we're going to talk about the two best silver pieces that you can stack to preserve your wealth. Now let me preface this video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about his favorite silver pieces and silver in general. So take everything in this video with a grain of salt. This is not financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only. So if you're interested in silver stacking or you're new to silver stacking, there are a ton of different kinds of silver that you can get. You can get bars, you can get rounds, you can get coins. And there's all different mints, there's different government mints, there's different private mints, there's collector's pieces, there's colored pieces, there's all different types of bullion you can buy. And today I just kind of wanted to make it simpler for everybody, maybe help some new people out by explaining what my two favorite pieces for silver that I'm going to be going heavy into for wealth preservation. Now, before I tell you what those pieces are, I will kind of explain how I'm structuring my stack. I have my silver stack, which is for wealth preservation, to fight inflation and maybe make a little bit more money on top of that past inflation. That's my silver stack. That's my main stuff. I'm going to be holding it long term. I don't intend on selling it until I'm ready to purchase something big or I need to liquidate for whatever reason. But for the most part, I'll be keeping it for a very long time. There's that part of my stack. The other part of my stack are my collector's pieces. And for example, this is one of my collector's pieces. I will never sell this. This will never be sold no matter what. This will be handed down to family or my kids or something. This piece here is going to stay in the family. This is also another one of my collector's pieces. This is actually going to be a gift. I'm going to give this away no matter how beautiful it is. It's absolutely gorgeous and I would love to keep it, but it's going to be given away. And the person that's going to be receiving it will also hold on to it forever. And then I've got my APMEX Chinese calendar along with a few spare Lunar Dragons. This is also a collection. This I will keep forever. Some of them are already milk spotting, which makes me very sad. But in any case, I'm going to complete the APMEX Chinese calendar, and I'll probably put it in some kind of booklet or something, like some little display fold, and I will hold on to that forever. I'll also collect several different types of Lunar Dragons, and it'll all kind of be a part of its own collection. There'll be a couple of 10-ounce bars that I'm going to buy as a part of my collection. Like I want a Royal Canadian Mint 10-ounce bar, I want a 10-ounce Britannia bar. Those will all go into my collection. Those will be handed down. I don't count them as part of my silver stack. They do the same thing. They have the same benefits, but they will never be sold and they will be handed down. There's a lot of different types of special pieces that I'm going to find. Like for example, I want the Elemental Snowflake, 10-ounce Snowflake bar. And I also want the 10-ounce Buffalo Warrior Hexagon bar. Both the Snowflake and the Buffalo Warrior 10-ounce bars are hexagonal. I'm going to be holding on to those forever as well. Now, with that being said, there are two types of silver that I will be stacking long term. I will have many tubes of them, and those two pieces are the Silver Buffalo Round and the Royal Canadian Maple. Now, these are they're both 1 ounce of silver. They're both in the coin shape, as you can see. But they do have a lot of differences. They both have their benefits and they both kind of have their drawbacks, but for the most part, these are the two best options for me in terms of stacking and pursuing wealth preservation. Now, first we'll talk about the Buffalo Round. The benefits of the Buffalo Round is number one, it's extremely recognizable. Even that people that do not silver stack will recognize this. And that adds a little bit of utility to this. Because if you're ever in a situation where the dollar didn't exist or it went to zero and people weren't using it and you needed to exchange this for goods, you could most likely do so because everybody in America anyways recognizes this design. Also, the other benefit of this is that it's got generally the lowest premiums that you're going to find across the board. There's multiple mints that make these. They all look a little bit different, but they don't look different by much. They generally have this guy and this guy on the back. Different mints, some of them do like radial designs in the background. Some of them are more detailed, some of them are less detailed. This one is probably one of the more detailed versions of the Buffalo Round, but nonetheless, no matter what you do, they're all just as recognizable as the other. And so that's the benefits of this: recognizability and the cheap premiums that these have make these very useful for stacking in terms of wealth preservation and using it if you ever didn't have access to the modern systems we have today. You know, if credit cards go away, if the dollar goes away, this is a very safe bet that you're going to be able to transact it for goods or services. So that's why I stack this one. And then there is the Royal Canadian Maple. These are about as legit as it gets. These have built-in features that verify their authenticity. Like, for example, one of them is the laser engraved leaf down here. They are very anti-counterfeit. They are premium silver. They're 4/9 fine, which I love. I'm not a big fan of Charles on the back, but this leaf is absolutely gorgeous. These do carry a premium. It's going to cost you, maybe $1.50, $2, $2.50 more to purchase an ounce of this than it is an ounce of this. But it is more secure because of the anti-counterfeit measures that the Royal Canadian Mint has taken to ensure its authenticity. So in terms of safety, in terms of not getting a fake or being able to tell something is fake, this is the better option than the Buffalo Round. But in terms of affordability, this is always going to win. This is just cheaper. And there's tests you can do to verify the authenticity of your Buffalo Rounds, of course. So you don't have to worry that much when you're purchasing them, especially when you're going through a well-respected dealer or a local coin shop that you trust. And you can also buy metalytics testers to verify if things are real or not. But these are both very, very useful in their own right. You've got the authenticity over here. You've got the affordability over here. Now, a lot of people like to stack the American Silver Eagle. I personally haven't bought any yet. American Silver Eagles are beautiful coins. I don't have anything against them. The only issue is that the premiums right now are very high. They're very high for American Silver Eagles. They're almost double the premium than Canadian Maples. So I'm kind of holding off on American Silver Eagles right now. I'm not stacking those very heavy. Right now I'm just focused on adding weight to my stack. So I'm going to stick primarily to the Buffalo Round, and here and there I'll get a couple of Maples. I would imagine by the end of this year I may have, 2 tubes of Buffaloes and 1 tube of Maples. Now you may be wondering why I have this in a capsule. I have it in a capsule because it is premium silver. It's premium silver. It's backed by Canada. It's 4/9 fine. And on top of that, it has this thing called Mint Shield technology. Mint Shield technology prevents it from milk spotting. Not entirely, but it doesn't milk spot generally as much or as fast. Here's an example of milk spotting here. You can see in the B here, you can see all of this white residue. That's milk spotting. It's actually coming through on the backside a little bit as well. That's milk spotting. These don't do that nearly as much. So if I'm buying them brilliant uncirculated, meaning they haven't really been touched, they haven't gone into circulation, they don't have any dings or scratches, I put them inside of a capsule because I want, if I have the chance of these staying in pristine condition for decades, I'm going to take it. Now for things like the Silver Buffalo Round, they're cheaper, they have the lowest premiums in general out of everything. These are going to milk spot over time. And they're just generic. This is the most generic you can get. So there's not really any reason to put a capsule on these, in my opinion. You're only ever going to get what the spot price is for them. But if you were to bring somebody a 2024 perfect condition maple in 2064 or something, you're going to get some of that premium back on top of your spot price because it's just in perfect condition. These hold their premium value, whereas these do not. I mean, I don't know of anybody that's going to pay you really any premium on these at a local coin shop. Maybe if you sold it privately, maybe somebody. It's not likely you're going to get very much premium back. But since these do have that, and it is the finer piece of silver, and it's just absolutely gorgeous, I'm going to keep a capsule on it. But in terms of silver stacking for wealth preservation or for SHTF situations, these are the two I would recommend. I would also recommend an American Silver Eagle, but for me personally, I'm kind of staying away from that right now because of the premiums. Like I said earlier, the premiums are just too high. I can almost purchase another quarter ounce of silver for the amount that the premiums are on American Silver Eagles. So I'm going to kind of stay away from those for a little while. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. What is your main go-to stacking pieces or piece? Or do you prefer the buffalo over the maple, or do you prefer the maple over the buffalo? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe y'all can teach me something. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.